And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and always providing you the timely truth centered around real estate, credit, finance, estate plans, property management, and so much more. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Our number one goals are to educate, entertain, enlighten, and most importantly, we want to engage with you in an effort to help you win in any marketplace.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Now, how can you engage? There's multiple ways that you can engage with us. You can give us a call directly on our hotline, 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
We would love to hear from you at 813-670-7372. And you can also bookmark our website and hit us up at the website, consumerqb.com. You can see links and contact information to all of our expert contributors there at consumerqb.com. You'll find their cell phones, their websites, their emails, all of our expert contributors at consumerqb.com. Now, you can also submit an email form. The form will come directly through to myself and my team. We're going to make sure that we get back to you before our head hits the pillow. And it's Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio with me today. Leo Kane, Barrel Engineering, back in studio. Welcome back, sir.
I'm glad to be here. And Chuck just handed me something amazing. He actually handed me a solar roofing system that I actually could support.
Nice.
I don't believe this.
That's really cool.
I'm excited now.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You got Leo on board.
Yeah.
Chuck Peterson in the house, Suncoast Roofing as well.
Yeah, glad to be back.
Yes, sir.
This lovely sunshine, maybe rain, maybe sunshine state that we have right now.
That's right. About 40% chance.
It's about 60 anymore this month.
Yeah,
gosh.
Yeah, exactly. We got Donna Baran also in studio. Baran Property Management. Welcome in.
Hey, thanks for having me back on. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure. Yeah. So what do you want to talk about today, Donna?
So just we kind of tie into Leo and Chuck and the roofing and home inspections and property management as it all comes together as a whole. So
yeah, real estate is such a main driver, such a big driver in our economy. If we look at real estate, the investment, the advent now of these apps like the Airbnb apps, there's so much changing in the real estate space, and it's important to know what is, what are the key things to look at if you're looking to invest, you're looking to buy. And I think a lot of investors in the past, they've kind of shied away from investing in real estate just because they didn't want to deal with a lot of the headaches that come along with it. But that's where a company like yours will be able to jump in and help them be a turnkey system.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right, so we have an all-star lineup for you today. We also have a feel-good story of the week, recovering addict pays tab at IHOP for EMT. So pretty cool story there. We'll touch on that in our final segment. And I want to let you know about a couple of hot listings that I have here. As you know, I'm the owner of Platinum MVP Realty and a top listing agent in Tampa Bay. I got a property on Islander up in Hudson. It's US 19 North up there in Hudson. It's on Islander, 7441 Islander Lane in Hudson. This is a beautiful waterfront property. The owner's very motivated, so we want to make an offer here. We want to have someone reach out, give us an offer. We would love to talk about it, set you up a showing. 7441 Islander Lane in Hudson. Beautiful waterfront property, over 2,200 square foot of living space there as well. Beautiful property, and we'd love for you to check it out. PlatinumMVPRealty.com. You can see all of our listings, and our real estate photography is highlighted by Fabre Frameworks at PlatinumMVPRealty.com. And I got to give a shout out to Brio Tuscan Grill at the International Plaza. Our official restaurant partner is Brio Tuscan Grill, and it's a great restaurant, dining experience, beautiful Italian fare, and a very friendly staff over at Brio Tuscan Grill, International Plaza, 2223 North West Shore Boulevard in Tampa. Now, all you have to do is let them know that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show, and they're going to hook you up with a free appetizer. They've got some great appetizers over there. They've got a brunch going on the weekends now, Saturday and Sunday until 3 p.m. They got brunch entrees. Excellent dining experience over at Brio Tuscan Grill, our official restaurant partner here of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, let's jump right into it. Also coming up, too, we got the top 25 summer blockbusters of all time. Maybe we'll touch on the top 10 there.
Unadjusted for inflation.
Based upon domestic gross revenue. Yeah, unadjusted for inflation. So if it's older, then, you know, maybe they have a little bit of an advantage. But there's not many old ones on here as I'm flipping through. But cool, man. So we got Leo back in the house. Leo Kane, Barrel Engineering. He's a principal project manager over there at Barrel. What's going on, man?
No, I'm just excited about this new new thing that here goes for the camera people. The solar on the roof. See, I've always loved solar, but at the same time, I've always hated solar. I hate solar because you get these flimsy panels that are elevated off your roof system, and every time I see one or around on an inspection and see one, we know it's going to leak.
Really?
They're just yeah, they're not installed correctly. They're prone for failure. And elevated panels in this wind just get ripped off in a windstorm. They lift in 50-mile-an-hour winds, just normal afternoon thunderstorms. The panels start lifting, and then you got water under your shingles. Now, this thing Chuck just handed me is actually flashed, which means it's sealed to your roof like a skylight, and it actually is a low-profile system. So I can get behind something like this. Because
that's interesting.
I love solar. I love the fact that you can use less electricity. You're never completely off the grid because it's still not as efficient to have the panels. So your real roof is still covered. You're not quite off the grid, but you're getting a steep discount. And you're, like during hurricanes and stuff like that, if you're not going to run your AC, you can actually generate enough electricity for the house, other than AC, which is important, through solar. So, I mean, there is...
You run a fan, right?
Yeah, you can run fans.
Good.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited. I mean, I didn't know... And it doesn't surprise me a roofing company came up with the technology on how to properly install it on a roof, but I mean, it's something that we've all known for decades that it's a problem.
Yeah, the roofing. So it's a roofing manufacturer, Chuck, that came up with this.
GAF actually spent the last 5 years putting this whole thing together so that it could go right onto the roof deck itself. You take all the shingles off, you put the peeling stick back down, which would go underneath your shingles anyway, and then they have a special cover that goes over that peeling stick, and then the deck, the solar panel goes right onto the deck. So it doesn't go through the shingles. It doesn't go through any kind of roof thing. It sits right on your roof. So we seal right around it.
Do I get a discount because I'm not making you use shingles?
That would be no.
So
Leo gets a discount for all the work we do for him. But I mean, you know.
Now are there shingles underneath that?
No.
It goes right on the roof, right on the wood.
So you don't need to put shingles on.
Yeah, the shingles go right around. It seals just like you would a skylight.
Yeah, just imagine a skylight that actually gives you electricity.
Gotcha.
Instead of light.
That's pretty cool.
Which light is electricity?
Yeah, it's you know, there's only been, it just got Florida product approval about 3 or 4 months ago, and there's been GAF put 2 of them on up in Lutz last month just to see how they would how the guys down here could kind of have a view of what's going on.
Sure.
So we'll be the first Master Elite and shingle company and Master Select solar company that GAF has in the state of Florida.
Well, let me ask you this.
Cool.
Usually they, for the counties and cities in this area for solar, they require an engineer to do the design. Are they requiring an engineer on this?
That's a question I do not know the answer to.
Because if they do require the engineering,
we know who that will be.
He's got 2 thumbs and sitting right next to you.
Yeah.
It seems like it's engineered already, like it's on site, ready to go.
We didn't do the first 2. I mean, GAF kind of handled the whole thing in-house with the roofing company that put on the shingles and all, but it's actually built so that our roofing production installers could put the solar panels together and put it on, and then an electrician comes and does the internal wiring.
Right.
So it's literally, they made it for a roofing company to be able to install it. It's exceedingly simple.
That's really cool.
Plan that they have. Yeah, and it sits, like I said, it raises off your house 4 or 5 inches, just like a skylight would, a frame of a skylight, and sits right on around the edge.
Photovoltaic energy. It's the future, right?
Yeah. I mean,
or it's the past.
Well, it depends on how you're looking at it, right? But I mean, so that's what it looks like on the roof.
Yeah, that's nice.
I mean, it's just flat and it's dark panels.
Wow.
So we're taking some of Leo's time, but I'll just throw out the great thing for us and for a homeowner. It's a two-win deal. So the solar panels have a 30% federal tax
Right.
rebate, right? That you got credit that you get off your taxes.
That's right.
So if you do the whole thing at one time, the roof and the panels, we invoice you for the whole thing at one time. So your roof and your panels. So your 30% usually is more than what your roof part would actually cost. So the roofing part, the new shingle section that you get on there, you actually get to count towards your tax credit.
Nice.
So it works out really good. And then because we're Master Elite, and the only Master Elite guys are going to be able to do this, but that 50-year warranty we always talk about, right? It actually will incorporate a Master Elite warranty onto these panels, so they'll be covered under that Master Elite 50-year warranty, where no other solar panels would ever be covered like that.
That's pretty powerful. 50-year warranty on the actual technology piece itself as well.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Well, good stuff. Leo, when we come back, let's jump a little bit into some of the other side of Barrel Engineering, structurally, talk a little bit about, maybe some sinkhole activities, how you're looking at those. And we'll touch on as well, and we'll get with Donna Baran here, Baran Property Management. We'll talk a little bit more about, the real estate side of things in terms of, if you're an investor, you don't want to deal with the headaches of managing properties. She's got a great team that will do that for you and be able to add that into your syndication model. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. ConsumerQB.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to ConsumerQB.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com. Ian Beck. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
All right, we're back. Brandon Brimes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, giving a shout out to wholebodyfuel.com. Wholebodyfuel.com. They are a meal delivery service, chef-prepared meals conveniently delivered to your home or office, and they are awesome. These guys put together some really good food. They've got world-famous protein donuts, and you heard me right. It's a protein donut. Tastes really good. I use them as kind of like a dessert.
That's like an oxymoron, right?
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, right? Protein donuts. I mean,
Don't we call those chicharrones?
Yeah.
Conveniently delivered to your home or office. Healthy meals delivered. And they are wholebodyfuel.com. They do a great job, man. This food is awesome. They, even my wife has the vegetarian style. She loves it, the vegetarian. And then, of course, load me up on the chickens and the beefs. I'm good with that. And, man, it's great. Great food, teasing the taste buds every day. And it's really nice. You just pull it out of the fridge, heat it up on the stovetop is the way I do it most of the time. And it's easy, convenient. And what else do you have in this world if you do not have your health? Eat healthy. Wholebodyfuel.com. They are the friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you for special incentives. All right, back here in studio, we got Leo Kane, Barrel Engineering in the house, Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing, Donna Baran, Baran Property Management, and we are talking about real estate today. Real heavy show on real estate, talking about solar in the first segment, a little bit about the solar side of their business. They have roofing solutions now that integrate that into the business model with the 50-year warranty, GAF backed warranty as well. It's important when you have that master elite certification and you have the manufacturer standing behind a product. But let's go back to Leo here. So Leo, outside of what we talked about so far, Barrel Engineering, let's give our listeners just a recap, kind of an overview of things that you guys do to help them.
Well, I found this very interesting. I mean, there was an article recently that the vice president of Quicken Loans was asked what are the worst things to hear in a home inspection, and it was not surprising at all to hear the vice president of Quicken Loans, and they do a bajillion imaginary loans online. It was not surprising to hear him say foundation. That was the top issue. You do not want to see the words foundation problem anywhere in your home inspection or appraisal, he says. If the home inspector puts a golf ball down on one side of the house and it rolls to the other, then you need to walk away.
Wow. Yeah, that's true, man. You can walk in, and it's one of those things kind of funny with our society, the way we are now. We're so caught up in, the fancy watches, the nice cars, the different types of architecture, even with real estate. People don't really walk into a home and they don't, jump on the ground and say, man, check out this foundation. You feel that foundation, honey?
Actually, in Seminole Heights and Kenwood, they do that.
Well, yeah.
Historic Kenwood.
But in general, isn't it funny to think about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but in certain areas you have to do that because, especially Seminole Heights areas, that what you're talking about over that way.
Yeah, and I know when I teach courses over at GTAR, I always, teaching them about inspections, I always say the most expensive thing to fix is a foundation issue.
Yeah.
Followed by roofing, followed by water intrusion. And guess what the top three are on this? You've got foundation, then you've got mold, which is water intrusion.
Yep.
Correct. Water intrusion, and then you have roof problems. So I mean, this Quickens Loan guy, they're on it. They're on it. That they're on it when it comes to at least talking about issues. I don't know about their loan process, though. I wouldn't recommend them.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not on that one. Yeah, a lot of the those internet-based companies, you got to work with someone local is what we talk about here. On the show.
I just know from us going through the 203K process, which is where you'll renovate the house as part of your loan.
Yeah.
When Quicken gets involved, their lower level people don't know what paperwork's required, and everything gets really confusing really fast. Whereas you're working with a local broker, specializes in that 203K, that renovation loan product.
That's right.
I've seen these closed in as little as 30 days, where they're saying 90 days.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's another reason. It's just go local, someone you can physically see when you have someone you can ask questions to.
That's right.
I mean, you don't want to call a call center where you get a different person every time you're trying to find something out.
And if you work through Platinum MVP Realty and one of our preferred lenders, we're going to pay for your appraisal if you're a veteran. We're also going to pay 1/4 to 1/2 point back to your closing costs. And basically, it's a rebate back to you, the veteran, the first responders, the police, the fire, all those types of folks. We're going to take care of them. Teachers, we're going to take care of you. So reach out to PlatinumMVPRealty.com. We would love to help you with that. So Leo Kane, what else when you're looking at, so the foundation is huge, big time.
It is, and I mean, it's expensive, or it could be nothing. I mean, a lot of the times we go out there and foundation cracks, quote unquote, on the sidewall are nothing more than expired paint or paint put on the building poorly, because paint is your waterproofing. So
and stucco sometimes too, they say if the stucco is not, if like the inside is not done drywall wise, if they get in a hurry and try to do the stucco on the outside and then they're going inside beating on the walls, putting in the drywall, that's something else that'll cause cracking.
Yeah, of course, because you got that stucco, which is concrete, curing slowly. If they don't keep it wet during the curing process, if they paint it too fast, you're going to get moisture intrusion, you're going to get cracks. I mean, it bothers me to no end that in Florida, people have accepted shoddy construction work to the point where they are told that stucco cracking is normal. Stucco cracking is not normal.
Right.
It's not normal and it's not acceptable. If you have a brand new home and your builder says, oh, this is normal, you need to tell them to repaint your building.
Yep. Get it. And that's where we've talked about in the past is, the builder. It's funny how it works out sometimes in business. The person that's doing the job for you ends up becoming, in some cases, a defendant in a lawsuit. You're upset with your builder. It ends up becoming a relationship where it's not a friendly relationship in that words. And they're going to defend their workmanship as best they can. And you got to be, as a consumer, diligent to know better. And
I did learn in counter to that. I did learn today that the U.S. is home to 70% of the lawyers in the world, and we have 94% of the lawsuits in the world. I learned that today.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds like a
94% seems a little high, but 70% of the lawyers, I clearly believe that.
I've heard California has a lot, too. Is more dense with...
yeah, well, that's part of the U.S. So, yeah. Yeah, but it doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, when you're in a society where you could sue someone and you don't have to pay legal fees for losing the case because you've got things run on contingency and things of that nature, then you're just opening the door up for more lawsuits. Yeah,
it is litigious society. It's interesting when you look at that and you break it down, and really a lot of it could be avoided with common sense.
That being said, we will help you sue your builder if they didn't put the stucco on correctly.
That being said, there you go. That being said, well, you got to have a professional on your side.
Yeah, you definitely need an expert, and we do a lot of expert work. We've done about 170 expert cases in the first half of this year.
Wow.
We're looking to do another 170. I mean, if you do shoddy work, if you put them up as fast as you can and you're not putting them up correctly, we will help your client, your homeowner, sue you.
Yeah, that's a good way to line it out.
As well you should.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you're working hard. People work hard for their money.
Yeah.
Now more than ever.
Shouldn't have to put up with crap.
Right. Yeah, bad products.
That's a good segue to Mr. Master Elite to my right.
Yeah, if you just joined us, I'm Brandon Rhymes. We're talking with Leo Kane, Barrel Engineering, Principal Project Manager, and Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing. So, yeah, Chuck, what else are you seeing on your side, man?
Well, of course, with the weather being what it is, we see a lot of phone calls.
Yeah.
Right. August we've had a lot of rain this year, a lot. And August is the rainiest month in Florida. We have the most water come down in the month of August.
Yeah.
So it's great for the sales guys. It's terrible for the production guys. It's they're trying to do your roof and it takes 5 days, and we hope we don't leak the inside of your house. And people are, they get a little impatient and they get a little upset because we're not showing up. When it's 60 or 70, 80% chance of rain.
Yeah.
But we don't want that water intrusion that Mr. Quicken Loans was talking about. And if we start tearing your roof off and it's 60% chance of rain this afternoon, we're not going to get it dried in time for the rain not to come sit on your bed.
Yeah.
So we just don't go.
Yeah. Do you find that you fall into a pattern where you're trying to get out there as early as you can, right at daylight?
Oh, we try to get out early, and unfortunately, everywhere that you work, you can't do that. Some places you can, but a lot of these places are gated and they have time. The HOA's mandate times are 7 or 8, 9, sometimes o'clock. You have to be out there by 5 o'clock. You have to take your equipment with you a lot of places.
Yep.
So just the manpower to get there and set up and get out,
right,
burns off an hour or two a day, and it just impacts the schedule of the job and how long the people it's going to take to do their job versus if they live somewhere else.
Right.
It's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah, so they just flat out won't open the gate or allow access before that.
No. I mean, you just can't get in.
Yeah.
And it's pretty common with the HOAs to have those gated communities. It's pretty standard.
Yeah.
And it is what it is, But it's tough to tell the homeowner, well, you picked the place to live and we can't get there. And they're like, yeah, but we need you here. And you're like, I understand, but your community won't let us in.
And in those short-term situations, if there's, you're tarping the roof, you're doing short-term mediation.
Yeah, we have do whatever we can to mitigate whatever water intrusion they might have. The tile roofs are the worst, because you can't really figure out where the leak is a lot of times because tile is just so hard to navigate. So
it's harder to pinpoint the leak on a tile roof.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, the shingle roof, you can pretty much tell. You get in the attic, you can tell where it's at. But a tile roof, it could be somewhere in the field leaking, and you just can't see because everything is very uniform and there's no breaks. So tile's just tougher to deal with as far as the repair goes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Leo Kane in the house, Chuck Peterson, Donna Baran coming up as well on the other side of this short break. We're going to talk about this interesting story as well. Feel Good Story of the Week is a recovering addict pays tab at IHOP for EMT. So interesting story here out of New Jersey. Heartwarming story, it says. And we're going to talk about top 25 blockbusters of all time. We'll hit the top 10 most likely on these blockbuster summer movies. Have you seen any movies this summer? Let's see. Any good ones? Have you seen any movies?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Incredibles.
The Incredibles were
Incredibles
good?
too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Very good movie.
I saw the Star Wars, the Marvels, the season.
So it's been a busy season.
Yeah, it's been a very busy season.
All right, stay with us right here at Consumer Quarterback Show. More from our expert contributors and our feel-good story of the week when we come back. ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, everybody. I'm Forbes Riley, celebrity TV fitness host and creator of The Spin Gym. I'm here today with Brandon Rhymes, and you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Great ways to get happy, healthy, and wealthy.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at ConsumerQB.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
Welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty, PlatinumMVPRealty.com, powered by the Real Estate Quarterback Show here. So we got Leo Kane in the house, Barrel Engineering, Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing, and Donna Baran representing Baran Property Management. And we have our Feel Good Story of the Week coming up. Recovering Addict Pays tab at IHOP for EMTs. Feel Good Story of the Week. We're going to talk about a top 10 movies of all time, summer movies of all time. And we want to give a shout out to our friends at Soho Wellness, Soho Massage. They have massage. They've got estheticians on staff down there at Soho Wellness, right there in South Tampa, right off of Kennedy and South Boulevard. Beautiful location. Check them out. Mind, Body, and Soul. Soho Wellness, they do a great job. Becky, Debbie, they are awesome. 103 South Boulevard, Tampa, in South Tampa there. SohoWellness.com. Soho-wellness.com. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you and that you heard them on the Consumer Quarterback Show for special incentives. All right, we're back here in studio. As you know, I'm the owner of Platinum MVP Realty and a top listing agent in Tampa Bay. I want to let you know about a hot property I've got listed over in Valrico. This is 5506 Dallas Way, D-A-L-Y-S, Dallas Way in Valrico. River Hills Country Club, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, gated community, beautiful property. Open house this Sunday, 11 to 2 as well, and it's sure to impress. This home is built by the owner, who is a commercial contractor, so there are a lot of upgrades, too many upgrades to mention here, everything from insulation on out to the pool. And a beautiful property on the beach, 1370 Gulf Boulevard, unit number 401, Clearwater Beach. This is a Bella Rosa condo on Sand Key. So it's Clearwater Beach, Sand Key, 3 bedrooms, 3 bath, end unit, 2,198 square feet, $1.175 million. Beautiful listing of Platinum MVP Realty. Check out PlatinumMVPRealty.com. All right, let's bring Donna Baran into the conversation. Baran Property Management, and thanks for coming back in. Yeah.
Thank you for having me. So as everybody knows, we are a full-service property management company. Our guiding force with our management company is personal attention to our clients and supplying, professional management at the same time. Leo and Chuck here, I'm one of their clients. So as a property management company, I'm reaching out to them on behalf of the association of a condo. If it's an HOA, it's more they're dealing with the homeowner, but I'm still involved as far as the architectural stuff and them getting approval from the association.
Right.
And like for the solar stuff, that's something that I think would be a huge plus in an HOA, even in a condo, even for that, for, providing that service. And then as far as for like the list of items that we have here from the Quicken Loans guy, same thing. We're dealing with the mold. We're dealing with the leaking roofs, the water intrusion. I can't tell you how many times we've dealt with water coming into a unit and the owner just coming to the management company. What do we do?
Yeah.
So we're that person that's going to guide them and tell them what to do, what steps to take, how it works and all that stuff. So really, our main focus, though, is supplying that, customer service and helping them through that process, which is a stressful one at that. So
yeah, it can be. The property management side of the business in real estate. So let's define that role. So you're basically working on behalf of the owner, and you are managing that property, which has a tenant in place. Let's describe that overall process, like how that looks.
So
and works.
Typically, depending on if it's a condo, let's say Baran Property Management, we work for the condo association. So we have the board of directors that we work for on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
And then we also work with the owners and the renters. When it comes to something like a leak, if there's a renter in there, then I work with the owner of that unit, just because they're the ones that are going to make the final decisions.
Right.
Depending on, what remediation company comes in, what companies they want to use to fix it, how the leak started. If it's in a condo and it started from the unit above, then we have to figure out why. Did it come from the toilet? Well, if it came from the toilet, depending on how their declarations are written out, will depend on who's responsible to take care of why. So it's working through those things that the owner and renters most of the time have no concept of who's supposed to do what.
Right.
The same thing with the board. A lot of times boards have no idea who's supposed to take care of what. So that's why you bring on a management company. That's the association side of the management that we do. The flip side is the one-on-one management. So we have rentals that there's people that own homes or units, and they want somebody else to manage those properties because they don't want to deal with the day-to-day stuff, dealing with the headaches of leaks and, any other things that could come up on a day-to-day basis.
Collecting the monies.
So that's where we would come in on that end to deal one-on-one with that owner and, build that portfolio with them, whether they have 1 or 5, and work with them one-on-one and just kind of build that rapport with them, and then build the same rapport with their renters so they're comfortable
Yeah.
now coming to a company as opposed to the owner, which they've built that relationship with them. So now it's hard for them to work with somebody else. So that's kind of, we really work on building that relationship, and everything else just falls into place. But you have to have the relationship, or else that renter, no matter what, still not going to come to you.
Right. Yeah.
So.
It's such an important process, you know, especially, and you look at how real estate has changed people's lives. You know, they're able to invest in real estate, put it through an IRA. We talk about with Advanta IRA, Scott Maurer, you know, being able to invest through an IRA and legally avoiding taxes. You know, people love that. So real estate gives you freedom. You know, and especially if you contract with Donna Baran Property Management, she works closely with her husband Chris, and you're able to take all those headaches away. You know, it's basically at that point it's as passive as an income can be, as a property can be.
Right.
Yeah. So you're gonna, you know, field the calls from the tenants, you know, handle these different scenarios that you just outlined.
I mean, everything from taking the call to lining up to going and looking to see what the problem is, lining up the contractor, being there when that contractor comes in, and all of that now just saved that owner a week, 2 weeks, 2 months worth of time of dealing with it. So.
Yeah, so, you know, if you look at the real estate opportunities that we have here in Tampa Bay, you know, in Florida, you know, there's no state income tax. So that's a nice check in our box there for comparable to other markets. You look at Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, Palm Harbor, you know, the Bradenton, Sarasota, lumping that whole area in versus a Miami-Dade or Broward even. You know, such a different feel, and also better property values or lower property values. So it's better for an investor to get in. So there's a lot of positives when you look at the real estate side, the investment opportunity. Mortgage rates still at pretty much a 40 to 50 year low. You know, they've creeped up a little bit, but we're not quoting certain rates here. We don't want the mortgage police coming after us, but but you know, it's a situation where, you know, it's a positive cash flow, and let's say you are a doctor, an attorney, a busy self-employed you know, contractor, whatever your business is, you don't want to be distracted from that, but you might still want to be investing in real estate. That's where this property management situation will come into play and help people out.
Yep.
Yeah, so they can, you know, come in and handle, you know, the calls. What are some? Let's define a little bit more too, because, you know, you're an expert in this. Is the landlord-tenant relationship? I think there's a lot of misconceptions. What do you see in that space? You know, sometimes people say, "Well, I'll just get the tenant out of there." You know, they fly off the handle, lose their cool, get emotional about a situation. And on the flip side, the tenant says, "Well, I'll do this. I'll stop paying rent." You know, what do you see happen in that relationship?
Well, we have this wonderful thing called Florida statutes.
Right.
Kind of governs everything. So, you know, when it comes to an owner and a renter, there are guidelines put in place for a specific reason, and those guidelines, neither one of them pay attention until the time comes that they have to use them. So, when there's an issue with a renter and they typically will contact the owner, it's obviously they fly right out of the box and say, "I have a leak and you have to do something right now, or I'm going to sue you." That's the biggest thing. Everybody's suing everybody, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's
94% of the lawsuits in the world, right?
That's what Leo said.
40% of the lawyers.
So we have, you know, there are guidelines though, and those guidelines are that renter will contact the owner. The owner then has to come out, evaluate the issue, see, is it really a big issue, or is it something that can be taken care of, you know, almost immediately?
Right.
And at that point is when they decide, do they bring in a contractor? You know, do they need to get, it depends, let's say if it's something structural, engineer, you know, somebody has to come out and actually put something on paper and say, this is the issue. Same thing with the roof. They have to come out and inspect it.
Right.
And that's where I think it gets really gray between owners and renters, is that they don't know the process.
Right.
So that's where we come into play and say, okay, this is what we do, and we outline it, A, B, C, D in the proposal, and this is what we do every single time. We don't go off course because there's guidelines you have to follow, and that's what we follow. So it's pretty straightforward. But again, those people that don't understand the concept just think, okay, I'm going to get this property and I'm going to rent it out and I'll deal with it as it comes.
Yes.
It doesn't work like that, because the first time it happens, they're like, I'm selling this property. I don't want it anymore. So
yeah. Yeah, so it's part of, you know, it's everything's a process. You got to document throughout the process, and I imagine when you're dealing with the associations, you know, they want a certain amount of bids. You know, they're going to say, oh, you have to have a minimum of 3 bids, and
it's always 3 bids typically. So I mean, that's the what we go by, 3 bids, no matter what it's for. And unless it's an emergency repair and we have a relationship with a contractor, then we'll go ahead and get them in right away.
Yeah, something like a disaster cleanup type deal.
Yeah.
Something that happened. All right, good stuff. Donna, Baran Property Management, more from Leo Kane as well, Barrel Engineering, Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Stay with us when we come back. Top 10 summer blockbusters of all time. And also our feel-good story of the week, recovering addict pays tab at IHOP for EMTs. Stay right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Once upon a time.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by PlatinumMVPRealty.com. Check out PlatinumMVPRealty.com for all your real estate needs. And by the way, we are looking for and recruiting real estate agents right now. We're adding a couple agents to our team. We got a plethora of leads coming in, and we are looking for good agents. If you know of anybody that might be interested in joining our team, check out consumerqb.com. You can submit an email form at consumerqb.com. Make sure you give us a call on our hotline as well, 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
Our consumer advocate hotline, 813-670-7372. And we want to help you win in any marketplace. That is our goal. We don't care if you're climbing a corporate ladder. If you throw a ladder in your truck on the way to work, this show's for you. It's an all-star lineup today. We got Leo Kane, Barrel Engineering, Chuck Peterson in the house, Suncoast Roofing, and Donna Baran with Baran Property Management. I want to let you know about a hot property I have over on a hot listing here, 12091 145th Street in Largo. This is the Yellow Banks Grove subdivision, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, just reduced down to $299,000. Owner motivated, gorgeous property here, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 1 car garage in pristine condition, and it's very close to Indian Rocks Beach. It's just across the bridge, and there's no flood insurance required here. And another beautiful property in South Tampa. This one is 3911 West Euclid Avenue. 4 bedrooms, 3 full bath, 2 half bath, over 4,000 square foot heated. $837,000 listing, PlatinumMVPRealty.com. Too many upgrades to list here on this property, 3911 West Euclid Avenue. It's in the Plant High School District, one of the most sought-after school districts in all of Tampa Bay. And check out PlatinumMVPRealty.com for more information. All right, so we've got a couple things to cover here. You want to talk about some movies here, top 10? We got the top 10 summer movie blockbusters of all time. So, yes, it's not adjusted for inflation. So, yeah, just in case. All right, so let's start it off. Let's go to number 10, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, 2006.
I just love the fact that on this list of the top 10, there are some that are sequels that outperform the original.
Sequels that outperform the original. Okay.
Yeah, Dead Man's Chest is one of them. There's several sequels on here that outperform the original.
Yeah.
That's interesting, man. You look at, so $423 million on that one. Number 9 is Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, 1999. $431 million.
That's just unbelievable, really.
Now, what if we adjusted that for inflation?
It would be number 1.
I have my calculator. If we adjusted it for inflation, E.T., which is number 24 on this list, would be number 1 because it would be at $900 million. So E.T.
Really?
adjusted for inflation is $300 million higher than the number 1 list. Number
but
one
you have
movie
to
on this
adjust
list.
this one too because it's 2015.
Yeah, but that's just taking it from 650 million to like 660 is gonna.
So E.T. the extraterrestrial 1982 Steven Spielberg classic.
359 million.
That's a lot.
And no one expected that movie to do anything.
So what would you, if you did adjust it, what would the math be? 2.53% each year?
Well, it would be a compounding.
So you would.
Yeah, there's a formula you use, the time value of money. You take it from 350. I did the calculation. It went from 359 to 924.
That's what engineers do. Just so you know.
We do math
in their spare time.
There you go, Chuck.
And that's why I keep saying unadjusted for inflation because this list makes me angry.
Yeah, hey, I'm with you. So if that was adjusted, that would be E.T. would be number 1 by far.
E.T. would be number 1 by far.
Plus, we know Jurassic World's already passed everybody in the last month anyway.
From 2015.
Yeah, no,
the 2018. Yeah, this is
number
about
23.
This is a month old.
Okay.
And it's now the number 1.
So which one is that?
Number 23, which was
Jurassic World, the last Jurassic World,
which is the sequel to the sequel to the sequel
to the trilogy.
Yeah,
the sequel to the trilogy.
World. So let's jump to number 1 then. So Jurassic World 2015 is number 1 on this list, but we already know
it's number 2.
But
it would be number 2.
Would be number 2. But then again, if you take a look at number 25, which is the original Jurassic Park, that would be number 4 right now. So this is another example where the sequel outperformed the original.
Yeah.
Number 2 on the list, Marvel's The Avengers 2012, $623 million.
That's technically movie 12 in the series.
Yeah, right.
or
How many
15
of those?
or 30, who knows? I mean, depending on what you count as a Marvel movie or not, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Leo worked all these numbers out before.
I'm an engineer. I do the numbers.
He's over here writing away. I was like, I thought he was talking about my solar stuff.
This is a brilliant list, though. It's cartoons, it's comic books, it's sci-fi. I love this list.
Incredibles 2, Dark Knight.
Outstanding movie.
Finding Dory.
Yeah.
The sequel.
Yeah. Avengers, another.
But
Avengers
it was easy.
movie.
But that one was easy to outdo the original because the original was 14 years ago.
And it was horrible.
Oh, it was really good.
All right, let's jump into our feel-good story. Every day we're going to tell you something positive. We have a positive segment in our Tell Me Something Good.
Tell me something good.
All right, so this recovering addict pays tab at IHOP for EMTs. A group of EMTs from the Toms River First Aid Squad in New Jersey received a heartwarming surprise when they discovered their bill at IHOP had been paid in full by a stranger. The diner who paid for their meals remains a mystery, so the team shared a photo and notebook on Facebook as a way to thank her. To the woman who paid our tab at IHOP, thank you so much for our breakfast. Toms River First Aid Squad wrote on Facebook, the gift was thoughtful, amazingly thoughtful, and brought our table of tired EMTs to tears. We're so blessed to be able to serve and thank everyone who lives here and works in the greater Toms area. Feel good story of the week. Nice note.
Everybody should do that for those guys every now and then.
Yeah, man. That's all right.
That's a thankless job.
It really is. Yeah, the first responders and military, the veterans, a lot of them, man. Yep. All right, let's jump into our lightning round.
The lightning round.
I am so good at lightning rounds.
I majored in lightning.
All right, here we go. Top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Leo Kane, Barrel Engineering.
Well, I think this list proves it. You can't give an engineer numbers without them overanalyzing them.
That was going to be my tip.
Just can't do it. You can't do it. So if you're going to give an engineer a set of numbers, and you're going to say something ridiculous, like not adjusting them and comparing them to all time, we're going to jump all over that.
Yeah, man.
I've seen every one of these 25 movies.
The devil is in the details, right?
So what you're saying is James needs to do a better job.
No, this is a great topic of conversation.
The list is the list.
The list is the list. Great topic of conversation. I've seen all 25 movies. I support this list. I would watch all 25 of these movies again.
Is there anything notable that's not on the list that you would have thought would be on there?
Well, it's tough because you take the Fast and the Furious franchise, which is the highest grossing franchise of all times, but those movies come out in April, and it's not a summer blockbuster.
Yeah, summertime.
So I was thinking some of the movies you think are summer movies.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. They're not a one of them on there.
They're not going to be on there because they come out in April. They're not a summer movie.
All right, good stuff. All right, Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing.
My is going to be much more business oriented at the moment.
There you go.
Yeah. As a consumer, make sure you do your homework and you check who comes to your house. If the engineers come, if the roofers come, make sure you check them and make sure they're licensed in the municipality you're in. Make sure they're not just asking you for a check and going down the road and you never see them again. You have to do a little bit of homework on your side.
How can they do that homework, Chuck?
They can go online and check any of the municipalities and see if any of us are licensed where we say we are. They can go to the state. They can, call around, but it's very easy to check.
Right.
But they need to make sure they're doing those type of little things.
Right.
Make sure the people that come to your house don't have a truck with nothing on it and a shirt with nothing on it, and they ask you for $10,000 to do your roof, and you say, okay.
Yeah.
You need to take a little ownership of the responsibility of making sure you're doing the right things for yourself.
That's right. Yeah, they'll come up and say they want half now, half when the job's done, but they won't show up.
Don't do it.
All right, Donna, Baran Property Management.
And we're the company that you call to follow up with these contractors and make sure that they're licensed and have everything that they're saying they have and have the right product that they're going to use on the job that they're bidding on. Again, we are a full service property management company, and we're here to help. And if anybody, single family, condos, HOAs, we're here to help. So call Baran Property Management and we'll hook you up.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, we want to remind you as well, just to think about this show as the hub of your financial, your business, your health will, your real estate will. Each spoke extending out, representing another one of our preferred partners, our expert contributors that we bring on the air to educate, entertain, and engage to help you live a better life, help you understand more about your buying decisions. Let's think about how much commission-based advice is floating around out there. Wherever you look on the internet, there's clickbait everywhere. We want to make you just a bit more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. That's our goal. And today I've got a tip here. I thought about top grading out your friends. I think there's so many times we go through life and we've got those one or two friends that are kind of pulling us down. They're saying negative things, and something good happens to you and they're jealous, so they kind of hide it, but they're just a little bit jealous. They're not going to be overjoyed by your success. So you got to look at that and think about how companies do that as well. Companies do top grading. They'll bring in new employees. They'll bring in constantly, especially in sales. They're bringing in fresh salespeople that are going to basically top grade, push the other ones out that aren't performing. But think about that in your life. How can you do that in your life? And it's not anything where you have to make this big announcement, hey, you're not my friend anymore. You just slowly stop talking to those people that are negative Nancy's, the people that are bringing you down and being negative to you, and you'll see a big difference. It's really big. As you see, as you progress, top grading your friends, your business contacts, and get out there and network people. That's going to help you as well. So great show today. Leo Kane, Barrel Engineering, Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing, Donna, Baran Property Management. And we want to thank you for listening and viewing the show, all of our expert contributors as well. And please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing, hand it to that person that you see in need. Be a force for good in the community. And just like our Tell Me Something Good today, maybe you pick up a tab for a serviceman or woman, the military, first responders, police. Reach out and let us know how we can help you online. Instagram, Brandon Rhymes 1, Twitter as well, and the Consumer Quarterback Show pages as well. We'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 102.5 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.